Hey guys, it's me again. I hope you're all having a great day. So as you know, I'm doing this video challenge and today is day 4 for me. And today's topic is on our first bike that we rode and our memories of it. And it has to be a two-wheeler bike, so basically when you came off your stabilisers. Now, I have quite a good memory when it comes to childhood stuff. I'm sorry if my video glitches, it's currently charging up, but I need to upload this for you guys, okay? So yeah, I have really good childhood memories, and I remember when it came to coming off my stabilisers in foundation stages of school, which was basically when I was around 3 years old. I remember there being 3 bikes with no stabilisers on that everybody was trying out. And that's kind of strange because in my head, obviously I see everything as quite big, but I know that it isn't. I know that I was just quite small, so that's how I saw everything. So I remember my twin sister Carrie and my best friend Casey, who we've grown up with, those two had already managed to get themselves a bike. I'd got one of the bikes, but I'd given it to Carrie so that Carrie and Casey could have a go, and I was watching them and encouraging them once they tried, and they seemed to pick it up quite quickly. I helped Carrie a little bit because she struggled a little bit, but other than that, we all did it quite quickly. I had to wait for a bike because a lot of other kids went on them, but I saw a child fall off the bike, and as much as I was hoping that they were okay, I really wanted the bike. So I literally waited for the teacher to take them over to the nurse, and I ran and I grabbed the bike, and at first I couldn't quite grasp it. I was a little bit unsure, but when me, Carrie and Casey all worked together, we literally started riding the bikes, and we were the first few that actually managed to ride the bike with no stabilisers. So it was such a big achievement, and I felt so proud that day. I remember coming home really happy and saying to my nana, look, I can ride with no stabilisers. I need to show you. I need to ride this bike with no stabilisers. Now at the time, the bike that I had was a pink frame bike, and it had a white seat, white handles, but it had pink tassels coming out of it. And it was like pale glittery pink, and it was really nice, and I absolutely loved it. And it had white stabilisers on it. Now when they tried to get the white stabilisers off for me, we found out that unfortunately it was stuck. Like, they were fixed in, they weren't screwed on kind of thing. They physically came with the bike. So it was kind of mixed emotions for me. Obviously I was really proud. I was like, look, I can ride a bike, I don't need stabilisers. I am a big girl now because I can ride a two-wheeled bike. But at the same time, that was my favourite bike, and I knew that if I wanted to ride with no stabilisers, I would have to get rid of that bike and get a different one. That was kind of heartbreaking for me because I absolutely loved that bike. And I remember one day coming around to my nana's and just seeing that bike disappeared and a new bike here. For a moment, I was like, oh, where's my favourite bike? But when I actually looked at the new bike, it was glitzy pink, and it said Glitter Girl across the band, so I absolutely loved it. And straight away I fell in love with it. So it was all good for that one. So that's basically the video challenge. Also, an update on my week. I also went to St John's on Tuesday. I don't know if I recorded that day, but that was really good. I've got a photo of me in a paramedic jacket now, because we basically did a scenario. I helped set up a scenario, and basically it was an RTC. It was like, we have a car park around the back of the building, and basically we didn't get told anything until we got out there and we saw that there was an RTC, a road traffic collision, if anybody doesn't know. And there was a male under the car, and it is all roleplay by the way. There was a male under the car, and he was responsive, he was talking, but he had possible neck and spinal injuries. He had a heavy bleeding cut to his left arm, he had a fractured right leg, an amputated left leg. He was quite dazed and confused, and then later on, as we were doing secondary survey on him and checking for any more broken bones, we found he had a dislocated shoulder, and then he went into cardiac arrest. So we had to do CPR. So that was the day I learned CPR. I learned how to bandage. I learned how to resuscitate properly. We we got to use a defibrillator on him, so that was quite cool. Obviously it was on the dummy, not a real person, because obviously it's training, and if you went and did CPR on a real person, I'm pretty sure you would break some ribs. So don't go doing that, okay? So yeah, I did St. John's on Tuesday, and do you remember, guys, I told you that I have a performance coming up? Well, it's tomorrow. I am crapping myself, right? I am so nervous. I have rehearsed so hard for so long with the dancers, okay? Basically, this scene we had to do it on musicals, and it had to be a song from a musical, and we had to put our own stage performance on. So I've got 5 other dancers dancing with me. The choreography, the lighting, the backdrop, everything is something that I've done with the dancers. So there's not been any other input from anybody else. It's purely been us. So it's something that I think we should be really proud of as a group. And it's also one of the biggest projects I've done. I've never done it with this amount of people on stage and having to work with all of them to get a fully integrated performance done. But it does sound really good. And even though we have done all these rehearsals, we've stayed after school, we've rehearsed so hard for this because it is a really big performance. Even though we've done all that, now that it's the day before, I feel so unprepared. Like, it's unreal. I get so nervous, and I always do, and my throat gets dry, and I'm scared that if I start singing in front of people, because I'll get so nervous, I'll get voice cracks and stuff like that. It's basically every vocalist's worst nightmares. But then when I get on stage and I start enjoying it, everything runs smoothly, and it is amazing. And I will be dropping videos for you guys as soon as I'm allowed to, so that you guys can see the actual performance and let me know what you think. So, here's where I step out my comfort zone, okay? To basically show you guys, I suppose, it may sound terrible, you may all hate it, please don't put hate on the videos. Please give me some constructive criticism if you need to. Give me some helpful advice, and basically tell me what you think of the singing. So basically I'm going to sing a little bit of the song. It's only going to be 2 bits because it has long instrumental and everything. Hey.
See you later. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going later.
Okay, see you in the morning.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna sing the song. It's from La La Land. It's the opening song called Another Day of Sun. If you want to check it out on YouTube, I'm gonna try it. So here we go. Breathe, okay? I think about that day I left him at a Greyhound station west of Santa Fe. We were 17, but he was sweet and it was true. Still I did what I had to do, 'cause I just knew. Summer Sunday nights, we'd sink into our seats right as they dimmed out all the lights. A technicolor world made out of music and machine. It called me to be on that screen and live inside its sheen. Without a nickel to my name, out to bus, here I came. Could be brave or just insane, we'll have to see. 'Cause maybe in that sleepy town, I said one day when the lights are down, he'll see my face and think of how he used to know me. Climb these hills, I'm reaching for the heights and chasing all the lights that shine. When they let you down, get up off the ground as morning rolls around and it's another day of sun. I hear them every day, the rhythms and the canyons that'll never fade away. The ballads in the barrooms that by those who came before. They say we've got to want it more, so I'll bang on every door.